People don't understand how you had the opportunity.
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coin's on my mind. My coin based the upper, watch your numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, knows in the man. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move with the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash raises ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on. What's up, y'all? We back. What's good? What's good? Oh, Kevin said he going to YouTube. All right. You good, D? You look lost, all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just making sure the shit was sync because I'm on my computer. And, we on multiple devices, so
Yeah. We on multiple devices right now.
So Isaiah 45:3 is a verse that speaks to the treasures and hidden riches that God promises to reveal to His chosen ones.
He said, I will give you, they got the verse right here. I will give you hidden treasures, riches stored in secret places. Ooh, okay. What up, Kevin? What's good? I think Kevin came over here. What's good? Shout out Kiki. What up, Kiki? Lonzo over here. What's good, Lonzo? Devon Phoenix, what's up? Impossible Doc, what's good?
What's going on?
Forex trader in here, what's good? King Yada, H-Town, what's good, y'all? What's up, everybody? Tap in with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in over here on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that like button for sure. Yo, what's good? Yeah, y'all. All right, so yeah, we got a couple things to go over. We were just over here talking about how the fatigue is really getting people. It's really getting people to either they done got fatigued out of XRP or just fatigued completely out of the market. Like it's working. This crypto thing, man, this is crypto. You got to be strong-minded. This is for strong minds. If you mentally can't handle it, it ain't the space for you. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. But yeah, these wicked people that's in power, gang, they trying their best to get folks like us out. They don't want us in that realm. And respectfully, I ain't going over there with them anyway. And they know that. They know we on a different type time. We're going to fuck up whatever the fuck they had planned. So they trying to get us the fuck out. That's what's going on. So, like I was telling them, I said, y'all should have got this done before we tapped in. You feel me? We didn't start going live till 2022. I didn't get in crypto till 2020. Truthfully.
Right.
So y'all had time. That's y'all fault. Y'all thought y'all wicked ways was going to be enough to keep us dumbed down. Trust me, y'all did a number. Y'all done fucked the food up. Y'all done fucked the water up. Y'all spraying chemtrails. Y'all doing the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done did a lot to keep us, dumbed down. But it's chosen ones out here. Like some of us was really chosen. Like I was just telling him on TikTok, I know I ain't fucking choose to come down here. God had to handpick me and say, all right, yeah, you got to go down there. I got an assignment. And that's the only reason I'm here. Cause ain't no way I've always been like a strong-minded person, and I always feel like I've had wisdom at a young age. So like a lot of the stuff I saw like my peers doing at a young age, I just be like, you knew you was gonna get in trouble. Why did you do that? Like I knew at a young age, not to say I didn't make mistakes, but I feel like I was a little wise beyond my years, and so that's when I knew like, oh, I don't really think I'm supposed to be here with y'all. Cause some of y'all look slow. Like
or else you learned like a motherfucker from the last time. Like, okay.
Yeah. You feel me?
We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, y'all. So here we are. These people y'all should have got this done in 2015, 2016.
Oh God. If they did this shit in 2015, they would have
y'all had time. Y'all waited till what was it? What y'all call it? Retrograde? What was it called when the energy shifted? Y'all know what I'm talking about. All the astrology people tap in. Y'all know what I'm talking about when this energy shifted. When that happened, yeah. Y'all should have had shit done before the energy shifted.
I think they couldn't do it because the energy. I think they had to wait. Because they do shit in certain moments anyway. So they probably had to wait until you know, a certain time or a certain energy was in place to even make it happen. But the fact, because they had to put it out there, you got to think about it. They had to put all this shit out there. I remember watching shit from back in the day about what was going to happen in 2020. I remember watching shit back in the day about what was going to happen now with, you know, all these things with technology. So they kind of had to give it time for people to understand, like, oh man, here you go. This is where we're going. This is where we're going. This is where we're going. So
yeah, they
maybe,
had to yeah, maybe it's some karmic shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Thank you, Robbie. We in Age of Aquarius. That's what it is. That's what I was trying to say. We in Age of Aquarius, but it's like I could see that too. That they probably couldn't get it done before that. They had to do it like this, and they was hoping that they did everything possible to keep us, you know, dumbed down. And respectfully, it probably did work on certain people. Not me though. Y'all tried.
Oh yeah. It definitely worked. It definitely worked on you know what I mean? Because
I was
y'all
born
know who
and
y'all
this
can
was
talk
off.
to.
Huh?
Y'all know who y'all. I'm just saying, y'all know who y'all can talk to and who y'all can't really talk to about certain things.
Exactly. Y'all know who y'all can and can't touch, all that good stuff. So listen, I was born and I knew something was off. I feel like I knew something was off since the day my mind became conscious. I knew something was off about this shit.
Right.
Something ain't right. This shit look a little off to me.
A little bit, just a little off.
Just a little bit, and that ain't got nothing to do with crypto. I've just always energetically felt like something was off. Something ain't right. But yeah, y'all. So yeah, retrograde in Sagittarius and Scorpio this month, correct? Ash. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Divine Phoenix. I knew. See, I just don't be remembering. Like I'll read it and I'll see it, but I don't be remembering like the name, like Sagittarius or Scorpio. I get all of it's too much to keep up with. But shout out to the people that can keep up with that stuff, because that is a skill that is undervalued for sure.
That's a skill within itself. Shout out to Divine Phoenix with the super chat. Appreciate you, fam.
So yeah, y'all, we got some articles and stuff to go over today. So we're gonna talk about Visa and stable coins. We're gonna talk about the DTCC. I want to shout out Surreal in the Telegram. We're gonna talk about that today. Because the DTCC plans to unlock billions in margin and capital savings. So that's an article straight from the DTCC website, from about 2 days ago. We're gonna talk about Aave, because Aave just got a MiCA approval, so that's huge. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Google. Google DeepMind's new AI agent learns, adapts, and plays games like a human. What?
Yeah.
What?
And it's a video in there in that article too. So definitely.
Okay. All right, and we got XRP ETF. They post the year's strongest. Yeah, damn. Yeah, they had the biggest debut for real, with 58 million in first day trading. Also, we have U.S. inflation data goes dark. So the shutdown wipes out October CPI, leaving Bitcoin hanging, which is why y'all are in a buying opportunity at this moment. As I tweeted earlier, I don't care if it's $10. You need to be getting something in the red, okay? Because listen, I'm a living witness. I turned $17 into about 2,000 now on SHX. $17. So when I tell y'all better put that $10 somewhere, and that's just the beginning. We just getting started. You know, some of y'all like, oh, it's just 2 bands. It was $17 though. It was $17. Like, remember that part. Okay, the EU shock Bitcoin move. So a European central bank quietly bought BTC despite ECB's hard no. We got an article on that. And then we're just gonna go through the updated timeline for the XRP ETF launches. So yeah. We'll go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and talk about Google real quick, because I want to see what these AI agents is learning and playing like humans. What they say?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw this and I was just like, wow. This is crazy. So Google. What are they doing? So Google DeepMind launched SEMA 2, an AI agent that lives inside 3D games and virtual worlds, right? It doesn't just follow simple commands. It can plan, explain its plan, learn by playing, and adapt brand new worlds it's never seen. So it uses Google's Gemini model to understand goals and talk via text, voice, or images, right? So SEMA 1 SEMA 1 learned a lot of basic actions by watching the screen and using the virtual keyboard and mouse. And then SEMA 2 can reason about high-level goals, break them into steps, and work in unfamiliar games. It completed about 65% of its tasks in tests and up to 31% in SEMA 1. So how it learns is people show it how, to do the task. And then self-play is it then practices on its own using trial and error and feedback generated by Google's Gemini. And then it invents the task, attempts them, and uses its own play data to improve the next version. And then, adapting to brand new worlds, with Genie 3, which is another DeepMind tool, new 3D worlds can be generated from picture or text prompts. And then SEMA 2 can jump into these fresh worlds, figure out what it is, understand the goal, and act meaningfully. So it could transfer ideas across games, like taking the concept of mining from one game and applying it to harvesting in another game. So they could jump from game to game. And why DeepMind says it's a step towards AGI is because it's not just pressing buttons. It's reasoning, planning, and explaining itself and learning through the whole experience. Those are the qualities you want in AI that could eventually help you in the real world, like robotics or navigation. And why this matters is because better teammates and opponents that understand strategy, and it's a test bed for the real world. So skills like planning and adapting and learning by doing can transfer to robots, self-driving systems, autonomous vehicles, and digital assistants. And then DeepMind plans a limited research preview for developers and academics to try it out. So, yeah, Google is all the way in. And I think the article has a video to show you. Show us. Yeah.
This isn't a person playing a video game. It's SEMA 2, our most capable AI agent for virtual worlds. Worlds that are complex, responsive, and ever-changing, just like ours. Unlike earlier models, SEMA 2 goes beyond simple actions to navigate and complete difficult, multi-step tasks. It understands multimodal prompts. And if you ask, SEMA 2 will explain what it can see and what it plans to do next. SEMA 2 can learn, reason, and improve by playing on its own, developing new skills and abilities without any human input. And the more SEMA 2 plays, the better it becomes, taking what it learns in one virtual world and applying it to the next, and the next, and the next, even if it's never seen them before. SEMA 2, not just a milestone for training agents in virtual worlds, but a step towards creating AI that can help with any task, anywhere, including, one day, in the real world.
Yeah, man. Y'all better gear up.
Dang. That's next level Ready Player One shit right there. Y'all better get ready. So this who we finna be going against in the games.
You ain't never gonna win now. You ain't never gonna win the game now.
Or we can have it work with us.
Yeah,
too, right? Not just against us. Sure. And then that's how you win games. Oh, there we go. That's the plot twist right there. So you better learn how to work with these things, because now y'all see what Robbie say. Finally gonna have me a decent healer now. For sure, man. Okay, no, that was cool. That was cool. I hadn't seen that.
That's why it's important to understand what we're going into with this metaverse shit, fam. Like that's the next step. This is crypto, blockchain. It's all synonymous, but they really want people immersed in these worlds, fam. Because it's gonna be one day that some of y'all gonna go to work and they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna give y'all some goggles, and from whenever you gotta work from home, just put these goggles on and we're gonna meet on horizons or Roblox or wherever, and you probably gonna be confused as hell, but that's what they're gonna say.
And yeah, shout out to Straightway Living over here on TikTok. They said they will be using that to program future autonomous robots. We are training AI. Yep, that's exactly what's going on here. Definitely training AI. So yeah. So yeah, we got some stuff. We're gonna talk about some gaming stuff. Are we doing it on this live or the next one?
Probably maybe on the next one. Maybe on the next one.
The next live. Okay. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about
pull them up. I'll send the invite. I'll send the invite. Yeah, I send the invite, Robbie. Any word on UBI that's gonna creep up on folks and they won't know what to do. I think that's what they're literally getting together right now. That's why Apple gave us an update on the digital ID. So you saw the digital ID is now becoming more of a thing. They're getting more serious. They're getting more serious about it. Like the option was always there, but every state ain't on board yet. So desktop won't let me up. I'll get on mobile. Okay. Oh, we can do. Matter of fact, let's do the gaming thing on the next live. We'll talk about this more on the next live. Okay.
Let's do it like that. Okay. So yes, let's talk about U.S. inflation because I know everybody's like market red. What's going on? You know, we forever in profit. So market red, I'm still in profit. Y'all still in profit? Drop a fire if you're still in profit.
I'm about to put my fire. I'm about to put my fire.
Okay. So if you're still in profit, drop a fire because you know what I'm saying? Forever in profit over here. Forever in profit. There we go. Yes, sir. Got a lot of fires going. Got a lot of fires going. This is y'all. This is the benefit of being early. We already experiencing the benefit of being early. So don't take this for granted. Because we could be out, we could be like everybody else out here. You know what I'm saying? They got an XRP at $3. You know what I'm saying? Got an XLM at 30 cents. But this is the benefits of being early. So
this is amazing. That's amazing. That's a lot of fires. It's a lot of fireworks. Just saying.
Yep. Okay. So let's get into it real quick. So let's go over this, y'all, because apparently since we was in the shutdown, they're using that as an excuse to not show you the CPI numbers. So they was like, yep, we're not showing them nothing. That way we can manipulate the market and do what we want to do. That is what's going on here because unfortunately the government has never played fair. So so here's what's going on. So due to a U.S. government shutdown, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is the BLS, was unable to gather the necessary data to publish the October 2025 Consumer Price Index. This is why we need Chainlink. I thought y'all was supposed to put this shit on the blockchain anyway. Yeah. What's going on with that? What's the hold up? When does that? Yeah, when do we start using that new feature? We can go ahead and it's ready. It's been ready. We've been waiting on y'all. But I'll continue. So it says that the last available CPI print was for September, an index level of 324.80 in both headline and core inflation at 3%, 3% year over year. So the missing print creates a data gap. The October number might never be reconstructed or may appear in a distorted form. Because inflation data did not come as expected, markets, including crypto markets, are uncertain. For Bitcoin, the usual cues, inflation point to policy reaction to risk asset response are missing. So as a result of this uncertainty, traders became more cautious, leveraging dropped, open interest shrank, risk assets sold off. Bitcoin broke below key support levels. Liquidity is thin and altcoin risk is elevated. So this matters because of the macro regime shift. When a major data set like CPI disappears, it reduces the scheduled event risk that markets lean on. Instead of reacting to a number, markets must react to uncertainty. For those you with hold on. Oh yeah, so basically that means the playbook is basically changing. Okay. So it's less about what's in the number and more about what the absence of the number tells us. Also, crypto as a macro proxy. So normally Bitcoin and crypto respond to inflation data because that influences policy, real yields, dollar strength. But now without CPI, crypto is forced to trade on less clear signals, flows, liquidity, technical sentiment. So that may reduce correlation with traditional inflation driven themes and increased volatility. Also, risk management spotlight. So this is a reminder to pay attention to structure, funding rates, liquidation risk, derivatives, positioning, over just macro points. So when macro prints vanish, structure matters more. Also, timing and strategy implications. So the next CPI date is set for December 10th. Though it still may be missing or rebuilt. So
So,
because so they already giving us a warning that we might not even
shout
get
out to
that.
Daniel with the super chat. He said this is going to be Jay Powell's excuse to not cut rates, in my opinion. He'll say he doesn't have the accurate numbers. Damn.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what he's doing. Yep. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So yeah, digital asset strategies may be less about inflation hedging and more about macro uncertainty hedging. Um, so yeah, y'all, that's what's going on. That's why the market is down right now because we don't got nothing to go off of. So yeah, just to take advantage of the buying opportunity, the mental fatigue you have to push through. This is the time when you working out or when you at work and you got to get stuff done by a deadline or you need to finish, you need to go through with this workout. This is the time to push through. This is why I keep telling y'all, be careful who you following, be careful of the creators that you're listening to, and be careful of the ones who give hopium as far as, oh, something's supposed to happen on November 22nd because that's the final deadline for ISO and the market should go bananas on the 20th. It could, but the likelihood of that happening, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful because that is why a lot of people became fatigued because people keep giving these dates and times and all of this, and we all have been a victim of it, and we all have learned from it as well. But it's very easy to be fatigued right now. I mean, it's people fatigued in the crypto space that's been here since 2017. You know what I'm saying? Niggas getting out of XRP because they fatigued. They're literally fatigued. They're coming up with conspiracy theories and they're coming up with all this shit that's not factual. They have no documentation to counter their argument. But that's how fatigued they are. That they're making up scenarios in their head of what could be. No documentation, just what could be. So that's how fatigued, and they're bored. Niggas is mad bored as well. So niggas is mad bored. Niggas is arguing with people for no apparent reason. Like, nigga, be thankful that you're here. Be thankful that you even was able to, have this information, let alone comprehend it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's an undervalued I think that's an undervalued thing right now to me. A lot of people is taking for granted of being in this space, and y'all using y'all energy to argue because somebody likes metal more than XRP. Y'all look like all y'all the XRP side and the metal side. Y'all all look like idiots. I'm gonna just straight up tell y'all on the camera. Y'all all look stupid. Y'all look dumb as hell. Y'all look ungrateful, and y'all is taking this whole shit for granted. It is totally fine to get into metal and still hold XRP, and it's totally fine to be holding metal and to hold XRP. I think it's smarter actually to diversify, whatever you can afford. So don't let the mental fatigue get to you. Don't let, don't get so tired or just so upset or just like you just so frustrated because it's taking so long. You know what I'm saying? Like your plan, just always remember your plan before you found out about this life-changing opportunity was to work until you was 65 and maybe, just maybe, you might have enough to retire. Probably not. So that was your plan. You were going to work basically until you died. That was your plan before you found out about it. Don't forget that.
Can you do this for anybody that needs to see it? Can you go to Google real quick? I need you to type something in. I just want people to see it. And go to and type in Apple stock. And then it should pop up. The chart should pop up. And go to all time. Or max. Yeah, max.
What,
Look
max?
how low Apple was.
It was 17.
Look for how long it was low though. Before it even touched the dollar.
9 cents.
Keep going across though. Keep going across and see how long did it take for it to even hit $1.
So this was 1985. Apple was 90 cents in 85. In 91, it was 36 cents. I'm sorry, it was 9 cents. Right. It was 9 cents. My apologies. 9 cents in 85. So the people who bought it in 85 that held it until 91, it went to 36 cents. And then let's say you got it at 36 cents in 91. If you held for 10 years to 2001, it actually dipped. Apple wasn't doing so good in 2000. It started going up a little bit. And then in 2011, when everybody got an iPhone, Apple finally figured out, oh, let's cater to all the phone companies right up in here somewhere. And boom, now we're cooking. So we got to $1 right here in 2004. Some point in 2004, we got to $1. So these people... So these people, this was a slower market then. So this was in 85, 1985, 20 years. They waited for $1.
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
Some of them died. Some of them ain't even make it. They left that to their kids. You know what I'm saying? And then even after that, even if you got in, let's say you finally figured out like Apple might be doing something here. You know what I'm saying? You hopped in when Soulja Boy told y'all to. This was around the time right here. And we go up to about 2007, 2008. When did Soulja Boy pop out with the iPhone? Soulja Boy was the first rapper with the iPhone. If y'all had followed Soulja Boy's lead, so y'all thought he was just, snap arrow, control. That nigga was smart as fuck. Y'all had bought the Apple stock in 07 or 08. When Soulja Boy tapped in with Apple, that's when the marketing started going up. Notice that. If y'all had tapped in there, it would have been, let's go here, 2007. You would have got in at $3.05. I was a kid, so don't be like, well, why you didn't get in? Bitch, it was 07. I was in 8th grade. Fuck it. That's why I didn't get in. I was in that 7th or 8th grade. All right. So then we go up and we get to 2010 and it goes to $7. Then we get to 2011 when Apple really about to peak. This where Apple about to peak right here. That bitch, $20. If you had just, so look, from 07 to 2012, if you had got in, Apple was $21.29 in 2012.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then we could just keep going all the way to 2021 to this present day is $274, y'all. $274. So imagine if you had bought the stock though, when you realized that this was gonna be a trend. Soulja Boy really made it something. People started paying attention to it, and then, then everybody, because he was the one that came out with. He really put sidekicks on. He trended sidekicks. So I guess somebody from Apple, shout out to whoever was on that marketing team, sent that nigga an iPhone, and he was the first nigga with an iPhone because he realized like, oh, everybody ran and got a sidekick when he came out with for my sidekick. See, that's my generation. I remember all that shit. Somebody sent that nigga an iPhone. So if you had invested in the stock, had an investment mentality back then, your ass would have been up crazy right now. All the way to 2025.
Yep. I mean, you could go to like on the side, you could go to Microsoft too. You go to Microsoft too, you can see the same thing. You'll see the same trends from a lot of these companies that did stuff over the past, 20, 30 years.
Yep. So
yeah, because you go to Microsoft, it's $500 right now. $500. But go back 30 years ago when everybody was fixated on the OJ trial. Go back to 1995. See what that bitch was.
95. That's 96. 95. Right. When was the OJ trial? All right. Well, I'm in 95 right here. It was $4. So everybody was fixated on OJ. And we can go back to right here, January. It was $3.79, January 6, 1995.
Because that was the year that they introduced Windows 95.
The same year, and everybody was watching OJ. I was 2 years old. I was 2, so I don't remember the OJ trial.
I remember coming home, that shit was always on TV. And I was just like, oh, okay, this shit on. And then in the OKC bombing happened that year too, the Oklahoma City bombing.
Okay, so that was another distraction. So people weren't paying attention to this. So then you go 6 years later, right here to 2001, and it's Microsoft is $33.
Yep.
Wow. Crazy. So then if we look at XRP, because I want to say shout out to the real Khalif. He said when you look at XRP, it's been around for about 10 years. So now we can go look at XRP. Let's go to the max. And if and these the people, you know what I'm saying, 2013, we in 2025. So in 2013, XRP was well under a penny, was at 0.0043. This is August 10th, 2013. And here we are, you know, of course it peaked out in 2018, 2017. Was it I think it was 2018. Yeah, 302. January 6, 2018, it was $3.02. You know what I'm saying? But people waited, what was that, 5 years for that? And then here we are 12 years later at 231. So yeah. So we 10 years in it, over 10 years,
under what it was years ago.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I think getting XRP at 231 right now, I think you're still early.
You gotta look at history. Fam. So for y'all that's getting fatigued, and for especially some of y'all that just got in the past couple of years, y'all ain't really held it for that long, for real. Imagine holding Apple stock for 10, 15 years before it even hits $1.
Yeah, even myself, I have to talk to myself sometimes. It's like, actually, you fatigued for what? You just bought the damn asset 5 years ago. What are you talking about right now? I have to talk to myself like that. Like, are you crazy? Are you losing it? You start like get off X for a little bit because you seeing too much dumb shit. It's starting to, you know what I'm saying, starting to rub off on you. You might need to take a little X break. That's why sometimes I have to give my phone a break. Like, I know some of y'all like Kween always respond later. She don't respond to my DMs. I have to give my phone a break. That shit be affecting me.
And
I have to put it down sometimes because it's like.
And shout out to Wick over there on TikTok. He said, plus back then you had to use a broker, so you couldn't even do it. You had to like physically call somebody, have them get you the stock, and then you got the stock. So you had to pay somebody to get you the stock back then. Now,
very complicated.
You just picking up your phone, getting on your computer.
Listen, man, listen. I was talking to an old head at the gym earlier, bro. He in crypto, he in stocks, he in everything. He don't turn an eye to nothing. He in real estate and all that. He was telling me, man, all this stuff is on the phone now. He said it wasn't like this in 86. You know, I remember my father had to call, blah, blah, blah. He said, so yeah, you guys are lucky. He said, keep doing what you're doing, Queen. I was like, thank you, sir. Keep doing what you're doing, because these people, he said, it's no fucking excuse. No excuse. He said, I'm out here exercising. He said, I'm 71 years old. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn. And I'm in here exercising. He said, I retired when I was 37 because I got in the market. So he said, you keep doing what you're doing. You're on the way. I'm like, you got to tell me twice, nigga. But that's what I'm saying. Ain't no excuses out here, gang. He's 71 and he got crypto. He got plenty of it too.
71.
No excuses, gang. He figured out how to use the phone like everybody else. He had to go through a broker like everybody else. Then he realized I could do it on my phone now. Oh, okay, I'll figure out how to do it myself. No excuses out here is all I'm saying. No excuses. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out, D. That was something I think everybody needed to see, because I feel like everybody is that fatigue is kicking in. So y'all please be careful to these influencers y'all following, because they out here, they full of shit. Yep. A lot of them full of shit. Yep. Let's talk about. I'm gonna just go to the next article, because don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother conversation. But let's talk about it real quick. So we got the European Central Bank. They quietly bought BTC despite ECB's hard no, because we just watched a clip yesterday of her saying no, we're not gonna entertain it. So these people. So before D get started, I want to show y'all how they confuse everybody. They're not telling you. They're telling you their move, and they're not telling you they move. They're telling you a move, but they want you to be confused about it. So they got her coming up here saying we're not gonna entertain that. We're not buying Bitcoin, a Bitcoin reserve, and then they quietly bought it. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I'll let you go ahead and get started on that article.
Yeah. So the Europe, the ECB, which is the Europe's main central bank, said earlier this year that no Bitcoin was in our reserves, but the Czech National Bank, the CNB, just quietly bought a tiny amount, about $1 million worth of Bitcoin, USD stable coins, and a tokenized deposit. It's not part of their official reserves. It's a test portfolio to practice how they will hold and manage these assets safely. So just a test portfolio. We're just like, okay, we're just going $1 million, because $1 million ain't shit to these banks. $1 million ain't nothing, right? So still, this has to be the first time in an EU country a central bank has publicly, set up a real working system to handle Bitcoin. And it's it's about the plumbing, not the size. So the CNB is building the full toolkit: secure key storage, approvals, AML, pricing, reporting, emergency playbooks, etc. Right? So once a central bank has, these tools, switching from tests to real reserves is a policy decision, not a technical hurdle, right? That makes Bitcoin a real option for the future. You know what I'm saying? If they're buying it. But if they're not buying it, then they just, confusing the fuck out of people. They confusing the fuck out of people either or, right? But how this fits the bigger picture is, Bitcoin's institutional profile is growing thanks to the ETFs, of course, and more liquidity and better data on how it behaves in different interest rate environments. And then the CNB adds a new kind of signal, a sovereign institutional treating Bitcoin as something that they must operationally be ready for without promising to adopt it. So they just confusing the shit out of people.
And then you said bullshit. That's not a test. That's a real digital wallet. I'm telling you, guys, they can stop bullshitting us, gang. It's like that's some real shit. It's a real digital wallet, gang. We hip already.
We hip already. Like you, but they fooling the people that really don't know and shit like that. So bottom line is no policy shift. It was a tiny amount. It was just $1 million. That's not nothing for a bank. I don't want y'all to get it confused. Like $1 million to the average person is significant, but $1 million to one of these banks is not really a lot of money. But with real operational infrastructure, maybe. So we're gonna see. They manipulating the market like a motherfucker.
Yeah, Robbie brought up a good point. He said crypto market still under $4 trillion. We are expecting over $50 trillion to hit. That's over a 12x. There you go. Thank you, Robbie, for putting that into perspective. We are expecting over $50 trillion. Shout out to the SUI ambassador over there. But yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, the Europeans, y'all can try that shit, gang. I don't know who y'all think we is at this point. It's 2025. Y'all can't really literally think we this stupid. But some people are. So I get it. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about the DTCC real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and tap in with that real quick. The DT, because we've been waiting on them. I feel like, ever since that demo, I've been waiting on them to answer the chat again. So the DTCC, so they plan to unlock billions in margin and capital savings. So this is a good little read. It's not even that long, but this came out about 2 days ago. The DTCC. So let's dive into that real quick. So we got so the DTCC is rolling out a set of initiatives aimed at reducing the amount of margin and capital that financial firms must tie up in order to transact by improving their clearing and settlement infrastructure. So the DTCC believes billions of dollars in savings are possible. So the DTCC is building off the efficiencies achieved from the shift to a T1 settlement cycle. If y'all don't know what a T1 settlement cycle, that means they trying to get that when it's time for you to get your money, all of that waiting 3 to 5 days, they're trying to get you your shit in the same day or the next day. That's T1. T0 mean instant. Okay. So they have identified 10 key projects, one of which is cross margining between equities and listed options. This means firms can let their margin requirements across different product types instead of treating them entirely separately. So the goal is to optimize collateral usage, improve netting so multiple obligations can offset each other, and streamline the clearing process to reduce redundant capital buffers. The DTCC sees this as a part of a broader push to modernize the post-trade infrastructure and increase systemic resilience as well. So this matters because for financial institutions, less capital tied up means more flexibility. they can deploy that capital elsewhere rather than sitting idle simply for regulatory or operational reasons. For markets, this matters for more efficient clearing and settlement. More efficient clearing and settlement can reduce risk, lower costs, and potentially make trading cheaper or more accessible. So this signals that infrastructure players like the DTCC are quietly enabling more efficient capital flows as well. So that can impact how capital moves, how risk is measured, and how new assets might integrate. So yeah. This is big. This is big.
Like I said yesterday, I ain't never seen this much DTCC news this year. You know what I'm saying?
No, they've been on fire. They've been on fire. So this is major infrastructure that's happening behind the scenes for sure. So they could free up billions of dollars in capital that was previously locked up.
Yeah.
Come on now. They about to be moving a lot of money. This definitely this definitely gonna shift everything into this digital system that they're trying to go into, like, naturally. So
damn. Yeah. Yeah, I mean when you say unlock billions, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that normally sit idle. So definitely keep an eye on how this plays out, y'all. Because they getting ready to be able to move a lot of money at a time. It's not, this slow system that we so used to is over with. It's over with, y'all. So that's why I say this changes everything. All that waiting around we used to have to do about to be over. So yeah, DTCC always up to something. So they are focused on delivering significant margin and capital efficiencies for market participants. So it looks like we're going to that T1 settlement. And I think that normally when they go to T1, T0 normally comes, like, it don't even take that long for them to just go ahead and go into T0.
Right.
So
I mean,
man,
we
XDC. Y'all better get some XDC.
Oh, somebody said they can't get. Are they blocking people on Uphold? I don't think so. I didn't hear nothing about that.
They pull the payment instantly, but can't refund instantly. Exactly. I don't know, unless Uphold going through some updates or something right now. I'm not too sure. Bro, we're not in a bear market. No, we're not in a bear market. We're in a shakeout. We in a shakeout. That's what it's called. It's called a shakeout. It's called a shakeout. Yeah, I can't get it up Uphold to send it to my ledger. Oh, I don't know, y'all. Y'all have to contact Uphold. I'm not sure. Not too sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Let me see. Did we talk about the XRP ETF?
No, we didn't.
Okay. All right. Yep. The XRP ETF. Yeah, $58 million in first day trading. So I heard today supposed to be bigger.
Bigger than yesterday. Damn. So of course y'all know the XRP fund from Canary Capital, XRPC, started trading in the United States yesterday, and then on day one it did 58 million in trading volume, the biggest first day for any ETF this year, the biggest. It even beat the recent Solana ETF launch, which did 57 million. So they beat it by $1 million, right? So if y'all don't know what an ETF is, it's a spot ETF, which means it holds real XRP, not futures. It trades on a normal stock exchange, so investors can buy XRP exposure in a real brokerage account. And the management fee is 0.50%, 0.5%. And why this is a big deal, because strong demand beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, investors want more options for exposure to the cryptocurrency market. And, XRP has a large community, active retail fan base, and that tends to show up, on day one. And then institutions feel safer. Some professional investors prefer, a regulated wrapper, such as an ETF, rather than holding the tokens directly. Some people just feel that way. And where did the volume come from? Real investors. So retail and institutional buyer, exposure. And then plus market makers and liquidity providers doing creations and redemptions and arbitrage. Arbitrage is taking advantage of the tiny price gaps between the ETF and the spot XRP, right? So this shows legitimacy. If anything, this shows that This is a legit project that's going to be used. That is being used. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. That is being used, because why in the hell would it be ETF? Why would the hell would it be a product? Beyond its the initial project itself, beyond the initial coin itself. So more mainstream ways to buy XRP can bring in new investors, of course. If steady inflows continue after the launch day, it suggests longer-term institutional allocations, not just first-day hype. And it shows an appetite for crypto ETFs beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, because there is a market beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just sorry to let y'all know, some of y'all Bitcoin and Ethereum maxis, there's other shit out here, right? I want y'all listen. There's other shit out here now, right? There's other shit out. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. This XRPC had a hot day, right? We hit 100K on TikTok. Shout out to y'all for sure. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens with the regulatory tone. If there are any updates that clarify XRP status, it could influence the institutional sentiment overall. And is the volume going to have the staying power? Let's see what day 2 has. And I know there's upcoming ones for next week going into the end of the month, right? It's like 11.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot coming in, but I do know today is supposed to be an even better day for the ETFs. They're actually expecting a bigger. Let me see if I can find it. They're actually expecting bigger numbers today for these ETFs. Let me Yeah, man, interesting. Day 2, they expect. I know they're expecting day 2 to be bigger. I don't know if I can find it. Where did I see that at? We gotta talk about we got some more stuff to talk about though, y'all. I can't find it right now. I have to find it for y'all. Maybe I'll have it by the next live. But yeah, I just know today they're actually expecting bigger numbers. I know we'll have an update by this evening anyway. So but yeah, here's the updated timeline for the XRP ETF launches. So yeah, XRPC went live. So Franklin Templeton supposed to go live on the 18th. Bitwise either the 19th or the 20th. 21 shares, either the 20th or the 22nd. Grayscale the 25th on the New York Stock Exchange, and then Wisdom Tree New York Stock Exchange the 25th as well. So we got a couple more. And that's just 5, and that was just 5 I just named, but we got a lot more to go, as y'all can see from right here from Chad. These are some other dates. So well, this is just the actual sheet, but yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot more ETFs coming. So a supply shock. Don't be shocked when it happens. Don't be shocked. So yeah. So let's talk about Elon Musk real quick. So I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw something regarding X payments. Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about that today, guys. We're gonna talk about that. Let me I don't know where the article went on my computer, but it's fine. I got it right here. Look at this. So Elon Musk, because I seen him tweeting about it. I saw the tweets. So he says that X Money is launching soon after X Chat messaging overhaul. So X will be the everything app. X will be the everything app. So this was put out in a tweet on X. Elon Musk hinted at an imminent X Money launch. And that's amid X adding privacy-focused communication tools. So let's dive into that. Let's dive into that right quick. I got some ideas of what chain Elon may be using. I know X Money worked with Visa, if I'm not mistaken. They work with Visa. But yeah, so he announced on X that X Money comes out soon. The announcement comes right after X rolled out a large messaging upgrade, encrypted chats, audio or video calls, file transfers under the banner of what was called X Chat. So this is part of Musk's vision to turn X into a super app or an everything app. So think messaging plus payments plus other services. So earlier, X announced a partnership with Visa to enable wallet and peer-to-peer payments. Visa.
With that,
Hey, Coop said he's a tweet plate and a Dogecoin short. But so this matters because payments plus messaging equals an infrastructure upgrade. So when a platform adds payments on top of chats, it means they're moving from communication only to commerce plus finance. So I'm gonna actually bring Coop up. So it sounds to me like Elon may be a little nervous because Base and Coinbase is working with JP Morgan, and they also are creating an everything app. And it seems like Musk feels like he has a little competition, maybe. Not too sure. I'll let Coop touch on that.
What up?
So Coop. What's good? Oh, let me turn my phone up. Hold up. What's good, bro?
Man, getting ready to go break my best friend out of this 8-hour jail he been in.
Oh, you gotta get him from you gotta go get him from the plantation.
I gotta get him from the plantation. I can't wait. Don't nobody be hating his ass there more than me.
Man, yeah, that shit terrible. But yeah, gang, so why you think Elon Musk? Why I sound? Because when I saw the tweet, because I saw the tweet before the article, I was like, why such a rush?
Yeah, I mean, per usual, it always take him a little longer than he says, but he always does deliver. But the thing is now, X has solved not X, Coinbase have solved the internet payment problem overall. So a lot of shit right now is just a day late and a dollar short, because with X402 protocol, if the rest of the world start adopting that as a standard, it's just going to be a lot of stuff we don't need. And, to have X wallets and X currency, like it's not really going to matter, because Coinbase filled that one slot that was entered into the internet when it was first made and just never filled. It's just been a vacant slot for payments for over 20 years. And Coinbase filled it with X402. So, a lot of people about to start racing.
Damn. Okay.
So
wow. So it sounds like a race for who can get all the data on the app.
What's the X402 though? Like what's that for, like people that don't know?
So X402 protocol, like there's always been Easter eggs that anybody that's been using the internet since the beginning have seen. So when you go onto a web page and it gives you an HTTP 402 error, that error was put inside of the internet for a space for payments. When they launched back in 1990, they actually wrote a code in to be able to have payment rails on the internet. But we saw making shit like, side chains for Visa and MasterCard, PayPal, all of these things we can do on the side, because we couldn't move money as fast as data on the internet. It was a slot wrote, it was a 402, an HTTP 402 slot, but no one ever filled it. Certain people tried, but the difference between then and now is we never had digital money. So now with Coinbase being partnered with Circle, and we now have USDC. I mean, they could use any stable coin, but obviously they chose to use USDC. We know why. But because we have that digital money now we could write that code in as a standard for how we move money on the internet. We've never had, in the history of the internet, we've never had a standard for how we move money. X402 is the standard right now. In America is going to be the standard. And now we just have to see if the rest of the world is willing to adopt X402 as a payment standard. Keep in mind, it's not a coin, it's not a platform. It is just a standard to build on. Think ISO. ISO is a standard. It's a language. That's all it is. So it's just a language. And now you got all these people building on top of X402. So we're getting all of these different coins and projects, that allows not only agents to be able to move money back and forth from agent to agent, human to human, human to human. So it's just big, and it's gonna rattle digital money once, you know. I think a couple months from now, when people start getting a hold of what it really does and what they really just fixed.
Okay. Interesting.
Damn. So yeah, I think like with that X4, so imagine like going on like Netflix and being like, yo, instead of paying that $17-$20 a month, you could pay like per minute per movie or some shit like that. You could pay like 1 cent per minute for each movie. For those that don't know what the fuck they want to watch on Netflix, it's like, okay, this is what I want to watch. You could just pay per thing.
It's
You know
called
what I'm saying? Like
pay per usage. Shout out to us.
yeah, pay. Yep, exactly. Pay per usage and stuff like that. So it's not like
what we were used to before the internet came. You know, when you went to the video store, you didn't. I mean, some video stores had memberships, and those memberships offered you a discount, but it wasn't really like, okay, I got a membership, I'm just gonna come in here and sweep a bunch of shit in and give it back. You just got the discount. You know what I'm saying? You had a membership, it was probably $1 off, so you renting for $1. The internet didn't have payment, a way to accept payment where you could pay like small amounts, because Visa and MasterCard was charging too much. PayPal was charging too much. So that's why a lot of these models came out with subscriptions instead of being able to pay. Also, it's like going to, you know how you go to a news site and you want to read something and you find out all of that shit behind a paywall, but you're not about to give Bloomberg $50 a month to read that one article. They only do that because Visa, MasterCard, all of the other payment rails want to allow them to accept fractional amounts, you know, like just small amounts like 10 cents, 20 cents. So now with X402 being filled, you can get data. You're going to be able to get data from anywhere because you're going to be able to buy articles, and you're not even going to have to go to those pages to read the articles. You're going to have an AI bot with a wallet that's already funded, and they gonna be able to go get the information and just bring it back to you.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Damn. So that's where we headed. That's what's going on here. Okay. Okay. Got you. Okay. No, that was it. I just wanted you to explain it to the people. why Mr. Elon here is trying to hurry up and roll this shit out. Because he definitely has competition. So but all right, cool. I'll let you go because I know you gotta roll out. Oh, he on pause. All right, so we'll see. We'll have Coop on here later on. We got some gaming stuff we're gonna go over this evening. But yeah, okay. So yeah, there we go. That's the everything app. You know, I want to see Base beat Elon. So let me know in the chat if y'all think who y'all want to see win. Y'all want to see Base? Y'all want to see Base turn up, or y'all want to see X payment? I think Elon already got the upper hand because he already got mad users, but we'll see.
He got a lot of users for sure. He do.
Oh, and I wanted to bring up something Robbie said before we move on. He said, remember, Tesla is a tech company, not a car company. That tech now includes NVIDIA, payment rails, and AI gaming. That was a great point that Robbie brought up. He said those Teslas might use X payments. Imagine driving and paying someone in front of you to get the fuck out the way. That's a good example, though. That's a good example. Like, can you please move? I would give you $10 to move out of my way, bro. Like, you're driving way too slow. So, damn, that's gonna be epic. But yeah, I know Wick said team base. Country Boy said base. Peachy said base. Yeah, I think we all want to see base do something. Oh shit. I think we're just sick of Elon at this point.
Yeah. Cause he, you know,
it's wicked. He just want all our data. Cause it's like that's why he's calling it everything. Yeah, you want everything and everyone on this app so you can get all the data in one spot. You're just trying to condense it. We see what you want. So
that's what Tesla is. It's just a data company. So
Yep. Okay. So real quick, we got some Visa news to go over right quick. So Visa Direct stablecoin payouts pilot speeds up access to funds for creators and gig workers. I think we might have talked about this before, but I saw that Visa had put another article up about this, so I'm like, maybe they added something because this came out on November 12th. But Visa, they basically announced a pilot under its Visa Direct program that allows payments to go directly into user stablecoin wallets. So the funding is on the business side. Is still done. The funding on the business side is still done in fiat currency, but recipients have the option to receive their payouts in stablecoin form. So the pilot targets creators, freelancers, and gig workers, especially those working across borders in less banked regions or in currencies subject to volatility. So Visa emphasizes that the goal is to make access to money fast. So fast and more flexible globally. So it's still a pilot program. Selected partners initially with broader rollout expected in H2 2026, Q2
Yep.
26.
Yep. The second half of
I'm
20.
sorry. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. The second half of 2026. As regulation and demand evolve. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a big deal. With Visa, because Visa's pilot means a creator in one country could receive pay in a USD stablecoin wallet, bypassing slow or volatile local banking rails. Um, so this is faster access plus US dollar pegged value, and that's less risk from currency devaluation or payment delays. So yeah. This is pretty big. This is pretty big, and it's the second half of next year. 2026 is gonna be pretty big, y'all.
I mean, tell them, yo. Tell them it's gonna be bigger than big. You know, just hold on. Just hold on. We almost out of the woods with 20. Well, but we not out of the woods with 2025 yet. You know what I mean? According to stuff we've been talking about.
Just
So
buckle up.
just hold on. Just hold on.
Buckle up for 2026, y'all. Buckle up.
Any of these companies that you are familiar with, that you do business with, they have to get adjusted, fam. They have to get adjusted, or they will not be around. Right? We was talking about yesterday how Verizon, they got to get adjusted, or they're not going to be around. So,
nope.
What's this with Aave?
Aave, yeah, I thought this was some good news coming from Aave. So Aave to offer zero fee stablecoin ramps in Europe after MiCA approval. Yeah, so Aave got a MiCA approval. So Aave Labs got MiCA authorization from the Central Bank of Ireland. They're using it's basically called Push Virtual Assets Ireland Ltd to run the service. So what Push does is pushes Aave's fiat to crypto on ramp or off ramp. Users in the European Economic Area can convert euros to crypto assets. So one of the top assets is GHO, Aave's own stablecoin. So it's zero fees. So conversion fees are set to zero, meaning no fee charged when converting euros into stablecoins through Push. But Aave hasn't made it clear if zero fee is permanent or just a introductory offer. So this is a big deal because this is a regulated, audited path to move money from fiat into DeFi. So they are making this even more simple. Not via a centralized exchange. So yes, this is regulated to move money from fiat into DeFi, not via a centralized exchange. So Aave argues that such regulated rails are key to bring mainstream users into DeFi. They are trying to make this easy and seamless as possible, guys. So on chain, Aave is already very active. According to DeFi Llama, they processed $542 million in 24-hour volume, and their lending pools have over $22.8 billion in borrowed assets. So the global stablecoin supply has exploded past $300 billion. So demand is very, very real. So this is definitely a infrastructure shift. So this is not a gimmick. DeFi is not a gimmick. Aave is building regulated infrastructure. So that matters because as regulation tightens, players who build compliant bridges have a strategic advantage as well. So just remember that. And this is also a stablecoin liquidity play. So with GHO, which is Aave stablecoin, being supported, Aave could see more stablecoin demand. So that ties into macro themes. So stablecoins could be used for hedging, yield strategies, or as a capital deployment tool. So yeah.
So Aave, biggest protocol in the game, fam.
Yeah, this was a long-term strategic move by Aave. Long-term strategic move because of that zero fee model.
Yeah, that Mika approval ain't no joke, fam. That Mika approval, like
Man,
we showed y'all the list. That Aave was definitely on the list. What's up?
no, I was just saying because this means traditional capital can flow into DeFi, and they're simplifying that so that your fiat can just go right into that stable coin. You know, you don't have to use a SEX to do it. So, Aave, all right. But I told y'all, tell the DeFi King, because DeFi King telling us, listen, loan is gonna pass Aave. So it's just like, wow, Aave's doing all of this. Mind you, they already complying over there on metal, so
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, Aave. This is what we keep telling y'all. Get in DeFi, get in DeFi, get in DeFi. Speaking of DeFi, we put it in the Telegram first. I don't know how it's going, but here's what we're doing. So the first 5 people today, because this is gonna be a today, well, maybe over the weekend, maybe it'll be a weekend thing, but the first 5 people that purchase a half off class, we are giving you 3 free months of access to the Patreon. 3 free months of access to the Patreon. Just the first 5 people. And we'll email whatever email you use to purchase that half off class. We'll send the instructions on how to get in the Patreon to that email. But yes, the first 5 people. So if you get an email, you'll know you won. And we'll let y'all know once we get to 5 people. So y'all don't, in case you're just doing it just for that. But yeah, the first 5 people get 3 free months in the Patreon. They get the class half off. So the classes is in the link tree. The class is in the link tree. It'll say half off, and you just click on that link. Actually, I'll just show y'all real quick. Because that way it's no confusion. Here we go. This is the BlockNation link tree. So yeah, you just go here. And here it is, half off. So this is the banking with digital assets recording. So that's a DeFi class for half off. If you get the half off DeFi class, then you get the Patreon for free for 3 months. You get this is the Stellar one we just did, the half off the Stellar ecosystem yield farming edition. That one's half off. The Lobster half off. This was the one we did on Lobster for DeFi as well. That one's half off. Half off on the intro to crypto class. So for newbies, that might be good for you. Half off the NFT 2-part class. Those are king. So yeah, those are like the classes that we have up for half off right now. So it's literally in the link tree that's in the description or it's in the bio over there on YouTube. So yeah, first 5 people, 3 free months in the Patreon. So yeah, we'll tap in with you. Whatever email you use is the one we'll send the instructions to. All right, guys. Let me see.
That sounds like a deal.
I would take that. I would run with it.
That sounds like a deal.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. That's all we had. So this evening we'll have some more updates for y'all. We're gonna have some gaming stuff to go over as well, so that y'all can see what's going on in the gaming world with the metaverse and just blockchain. All that stuff is intertwined, so y'all can see what's going on with that. So yeah, we got a couple things to talk about this evening. So yeah, we'll tap in with y'all this evening. Again, if you just bear with us, as soon as we get the email, we'll email y'all with the instructions to get in the Patreon. So the link for that is in the BlockNation. Go to the BlockNation bio. I'm gonna put the BlockNation link tree in my bio. For those that's gonna go through my page. But yeah, first 5 people, that's it. All right. First 5 people. All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all this evening. Make sure y'all get the Patreon, Telegram. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Other than that, we'll see y'all this evening.
All right. Peace.
Kween and Dean, we're building things in this crypto world. Nothing's as fine.
Get in blockchain now. Stop listening to the media. Stop listening to all the naysayers and all the doubters. Those are the same people that told people that the internet was just a phase. And now look at the world. Can't operate without the internet.
Listen, real quick. Don't disrespect yourself. And look these up. Right now. You won't regret it. Things are happening. Look these up. Right now.
and D dropping crypto gems. It's like they got the vision, seeing future trends. So I with the move before the crowd reacts. First to make connections, no room for the hacks. No speculation, just straight facts in the flow. Navigating this market, watching profits roll. From Bitcoin to altcoins, they know the game. In the world of finance, the change in the frame. Queen's got the insight, D's got the voice. Together they rise, man, and make the right choice. Educating the masses, bring it back to the dark. In this crypto revolution, they igniting the spark. So if you on the road, you better tune in tight. Queen and D on the mic, bringing truth to light. In every podcast episode, they set the pace in the hustle at the block to their light. So free.
Shit going crazy right now. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. So yes, the House passed the Genius Act in a 307-122 vote. Shout out to Congress who was tired of stifling innovation and got this done. So yes, the Genius Act is headed to President Trump's desk, who plans to sign it at the White House ceremony. This shit real deep.
Queen and
This shit real. We not.
build
Oh my god.
things
Oh my
in this
god.
crypto world. Nothing's as